movie is a nickname for moving pictures. And in the early days of filmmaking, it must have truly seemed like magic. In the late 1800s, the Pettibone Brothers Manufacturing Company produced magic lanterns, like this one, which were widely used by traveling showmen, projecting images onto white backdrops. Imagine for a moment what that must have been like. You're sitting in a dark tent. Suddenly the white backdrop is revealed and a single image appears. Then, when seen in the right order, in the right light, and at the right speed, those images seem to come to life to create a magical new world. For the last 100 years. In that time, we have turned out some of the most memorable film moments in Hollywood history.
Hold on to your butts.
From the very beginning, the basic concept of the filmmaking process has always remained the same. To make you, the audience, believe that everything that you see is real.
Today's filmmakers have more tools than ever before. High-tech cameras, super fast computers, but they still rely on a category of effects so distinctive, they're known as special.
And the earliest form of special effects are called practical effects, which are effects that are shot on set in front of the camera. And our first example of practical effects is models. Universal's 1933 film, The Mummy, made use of miniature effects, including scale models, like that one from its opening. And you can tell that's a model because if you look closely, the real pyramids do not say The Mummy. Universal relaunched The Mummy, and believe it or not, that Sphinx that you see there is this Sphinx model that you see here. This is the actual model that was used in the making of that film. And the attention to detail, incredible. The hieroglyphics, the scaffolding. I think Susan would agree that models are still a great way to fool the camera.
Absolutely. Another filmmaking tool that also fools the camera is the glass mat. In the terrifying film The Birds, the brilliant Alfred Hitchcock had matte paintings created to achieve the eerie look he wanted for the town of Bodega Bay. Take a look at the side screens. In this literal bird's eye view of the town, only the fire and the parking lot were real. Everything else was hand-painted on glass to create a mat and then dropped in front of the camera. And then the footage of the birds was incorporated to complete the effect.
All very cool stuff. So we've shown you two examples of practical effects, models and the glass mat.
And there is also a category of practical effects that involves performers and not just props. Practical stunts!
Did someone say stunts?
Please welcome our special effects show stunt department!
Yeah! Woo! I like that, Susan! Chris came flying in over there, Justin was zipping in over there. How come you and I didn't get a fancy entrance like that?
Because we're wearing nice clothes. You may not know their faces, but you have seen their work in countless television and movie projects, sometimes as stunt doubles for some of your favorite stars. We have Chris Giacomazzi here, Cayman Casey, and our stunt coordinator, Justin Shavers. Justin,
Susan?
is it safe to say the stunt performers almost always double for actors when there's a fight scene?
Absolutely. Actors don't like getting kicked in the face.
Kick to the face?
Like this.
Is he okay? Yes, he is. You guys see it set up? When staging a fight, the art of illusion is very important. All the moves have to be realistic enough to fool the camera, but without getting anybody injured. So the performers have to make it look believable. Let me set our scene. Exterior, dark alley, dead of night. A couple nefarious characters are hanging around. Ready, and action!
Hey, man, have a dollar. Come on. Hold still, man.
Let's hear it for our stunt department! Outstanding! Needless to say, this isn't the type of thing any of our friends out there should try at home, right?
That is correct.
Great job, guys. Don't worry, they'll be back. Did you notice the sound effects in the last scene? All those dynamic punches, dumpster hits, what do we call those added sounds?
It's called Foley. You've probably heard the term Foley before. It's the process of adding sounds to films after they've been shot. But how familiar are you with its origins? Jack Foley, he wore many hats. He was a writer, he was a director, he was even a stunt double. But it's when he began producing sound effects for Universal Studios in the early 20s that he truly began to make a name for himself. For over 30 years, he worked here on the lot at Soundstage 10. And if he couldn't recreate a sound on stage, then he would go out and get it live. In fact, he invented a technique called direct-to-picture, in which he would add sound effects to finished films all in one take. And he had to be completely in sync with the action on the screen, because if he made one mistake, then he had to start all over again. And to help us imagine what that must have been like, please welcome our first volunteers!
The Carter family from San Diego!
Oh yeah! Thank you so much for helping us out, guys. They are going to demonstrate how these ordinary items can be repurposed to sound like something completely different than what you guys might think. For example, this water bottle could be used to articulate the sound of bones breaking. Check it out. Pretty cool, right? And you kids can try that at home because parents love it when children pretend to break their bones. Take a look at your side screens. We're going to show you a split screen. On one side, you're going to see the hit comedy Identity Thief with Jason Bateman and Melissa McCarthy. On the other side, you're going to see Universal's Foley artists hard at work. Now, I have a plan. Oh yeah, that looks easy, right? We'll find out. That's a clip that they are going to Foley. But first, let's talk about the tools that we have up here on the stage. Over here, we've got a crash box. It's a wooden box that's going to make the sound of crashes. Over here, we're going to use 4 little hands on the carpet to make it sound like running. Over here, we've got 2 reams of paper and a cutting board. Those will sound like bodies are hitting the ground. Over here for Dad, he's got 2 boxing gloves. Those will sound like the punch in the throat and the slaps on the face. And over here for Ma, she's got a cowbell. This will be used for the moment where the panini maker hits Melissa McCarthy in the back of the shoulder. And then this is where we get crazy. Really use your imaginations here, because these handcuffs are going to sound like handcuffs. If that's you, are you guys ready to do this? You'll be watching this big old monitor right over here. All right? If you guys are ready up in the booth, let's roll sound, speed, and action. got every single sound effect in there. I enjoyed Dad on the boxing gloves. It looked like he was dancing at a wedding. Guys, stand along this line right here. Now, you probably noticed that the clip seemed kind of empty. Well, now we're going to put in their sound effects, and we're going to hear how they did. Take a look and listen.
Get over here and give me a rib. Now, I have a plan.
Alright, now for the big finish! Nailed it! Give a round of applause!
Well done, thank you so much. While Universal has made great films in every genre, the studio really made a mark over the years, creating some of the industry's most terrifying thriller and horror films. Let's take a peek. Created through the use of very special horror effects. Emerging from the shadows just behind me are the stars of our horror family, some of the classic Universal monsters. We have the cats of Dracula, Chucky and his bride, Michael Myers, Imhotep from the Mummy, Phantom of the Opera, and Mother Bates. The perfect setting for our next demonstration.
That's right, joining us all the way from Pennsylvania. She's about to get married, Susan. Everyone say hi, Erica. Hi, Erica.
Well, congratulations, Erica. And Erica was picked for her very impressive scream. So, let's say that you were face to face with Norman Bates. Let's all hear how you would scream!
Nice! You'll need that as we get married.
As you saw in the fight earlier, stunt performers have to have a very high pain threshold. So my question is, do you?
Well, do you?
Because this next demonstration involves movie blood. Does anyone know what Alfred Hitchcock used for movie blood in the original Psycho?
Shout it out! Oh, who said chocolate? I heard right over here. That was you? Well, then you win knowledge. That's right, chocolate syrup, because Psycho was a black and white film, so it didn't matter what color the blood was back then. But nowadays, movie blood has to be much more realistic.
Thank you for giving us a hand.
Literally! Now it's at this point in the show where I need to remind the kids, please do not try this at home.
Try it at a friend's house. Alright, push your right hand out of the table, Erica. Just relax, ready? And...
Susan, what are you doing? She's about to get married. Put the machete away.
I'm totally kidding.
Okay.
You guys, I'm not going to use a machete. I have a sharper knife. Take a look at the side screens, everybody. Scream on 3, Erica. 1, 2, 3! She's okay. This is a classic cinematic horror technique, a Hollywood blood knife. Take a look. This is a false blade with a cutout for her arm that comes out of the handle like that. Meanwhile, I'm squeezing movie blood from this bowl back here so that it comes out of a tube right where that notch is, so it looks like it's leading right from her arm. Wasn't she amazing? Give it up for Erica!
Erica was amazing! Erica, you've been great so far. That's good news. You're not quite done, but I got some of that blood in my pants.
Oh.
Yeah, why don't I give you her phone? I'll be right back. Right?
Okay. Erica, you can come with me right this way. I promised you a photo. So if you want to set up your camera, I will take your picture on our stage. Will I get your passcode? Here. Let me pose you with our classic Universal monsters. Your spotlight's right down here. And on 3, let's hear that amazing scream one more time, Erica. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Are you okay? that time. Come with me, Michael. Go home, Michael Myers. Erica, you should have seen your face. We can. Take a look. Look at that perfect horror photo. Give it up for Erica, everybody from So we have shown you practical effects. Now we're going to switch to visual effects, which are done in a computer, specifically motion capture. So to help me demonstrate mocap, welcome back my co-host, Eric!
For those of you far away, I apologize, and for those of you nearby, you are welcome. Ladies! Calm down, sir.
Let's activate our perimeter sensors, please. The dots on his suit reflect light to our sensors, which then goes into our computer and captures all of their locations. So if you're set,
Yeah, let's do it.
let's see the capture on our screens down here. Now the computer connects the dots on his suit. It creates the digital skeleton you see. So you can do a T-pose.
T-pose, got it.
Perfect. We always start with this T-pose to mark the beginning of each take. That way it's easier to go back. Eric!
You see that?
Yeah!
Gross.
Take your left hand, touch the tip of your nose. Good, and now your right hand. And let's do both arms one more time.
Let's do it.
We start with some simple movements so that we can calibrate our system. And you can relax your arms. Next, we do full body movements. Start with jumping jacks. Great, and then a little bit, you can just jog in place.
Cool.
So digital animators will start with this skeleton. Then they can change the aspect ratio, add a wire frame on top, and finally they can add skins. Using this technology, we can turn Eric and his movements into anything that we want. So Eric, we have turned you into a cuddly, friendly teddy bear.
Teddy bear, hello.
But you're not just any teddy bear.
What?
You're the star of Universal's Ted.
Aw, sweet.
You're waiting outside a nightclub.
Here we go.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Oh, that's where that came from, Susan. Let me tell you a little bit about it. How about a little bit of that?
Tell
How about a
me.
little something for the ladies? Wahoo!
Oh,
Yeah.
told me about it. Channel Theater Ted. Hey Ted, what do you think of the show so far?
That's why I watch these things. It's like a cool behind-the-scenes thing that you wouldn't know.
Thunder Buddy's head.
Thunder Buddies for life.
Let's hear for Ted and Eric! Fun fact, Seth MacFarlane had a modified mocap suit made by Phil Tippett Studios so that he could act and direct at the same time. Let's take a look at the genius behind Ted.
We were able to do Ted in a completely lifelike way and to use technology in a way that it really hasn't been used to date. What that technology does so well is it takes fantastical characters and makes them as realistic in movement as possible.
As far as technology has come with CGI and visual effects, some things just look better when they're real. Like fire! Let's take a look at fire stunts in some Universal films. One of the most exciting and dangerous aspects of filmmaking is undoubtedly a fire stunt. And we're going to bring back out our top-notch stunt department to show you how they execute a live fire burn. Chris in the center is the performer. We will be setting on fire. We have our coordinator Justin and Cayman acting as our safeties. If you look at Chris's face, you may be wondering, is he so nervous that he is sweating profusely? That is protective fire gel that he's got on all of his exposed skin areas. You may know what it's like if you miss a spot with sunscreen. Imagine if you miss a spot while on fire. Before we fuel, we check our extinguishers in case of a premature ignition.
Hey, Zeus, you're ready to fuel.
Copy that?
Zeus, you ready? David, you set? Fueling.
At the completion of the shot, Chris will make his way to this fire blanket where he will be extinguished. At that point, we're looking for a thumbs up that he is okay. If Chris gives us a thumbs down, that is an alert to get our medical team involved. Now, these are trained professionals using very special equipment. This is not the type of thing anyone should ever think about trying on their own. Chris is going to burn for up to 10 seconds. I'll leave it to our group to set the lights in the house and set our clock to 0. Everyone, please remain in your seats for the duration of the stunt. Whenever you're ready, Justin.
Hey, Susan. Damon, you ready over there? Ready. Chris, ready to burn?
Ready and action!
Ready. You're lit.
10 seconds. 13.
You're out.
He's okay, everybody! And he went for over 16 seconds! Keeping going for our stunt coordinator, Justin Chambers, our safety David Casey, and the man we set on fire, Christopher Mazzi! Well, it is certainly hard to top that, but we're going to try with our final demonstration to create a scene that is truly out of this world. With the help of our final volunteers, Ryan and Kim, come on up. Give them a big round of applause, everybody. From Seattle, sorry. You're Seattle and California. Okay, very nice, very nice. Ryan, obviously you're playing an astronaut in our scene. Do you have any fear of heights? Say no. No, great. Okay, good. So, Ryan, I'm going to hand you to our coordinator, Justin. He's going to put your helmet on you. And you can come with me. You can stand on this mark that we have right down here. You can face everybody. Now, boy, do I have a surprise for you. Coming in is our Fisher flying rig. It's a very sophisticated, computer-controlled cable system that creates the illusion of flight. Now, that sounds complicated. Don't worry. There's an app for that. Okay? So I'll show everyone how it works. We're going to use this to move Ryan up and down, and the grid to move him wherever you want, as fast as you want. Oh, she's excited. Okay, so I'm going to reset this for you. It's enabled here. I'll tell you what to do the whole time. Okay, and how do you know each other? Family, friends? So you're just friends? Just friends? Okay. Well, I hope you're very good friends, because his life is in your hands here. Okay, so you can stay right here for me. And we won't begin until he's clipped and safe with the go-ahead from all of our crew and our stunt coordinator as well. But Ryan, you got your helmet on now, looking good. All right, he's all set. Do you have any final words for your good friend? I think he said he likes you more than just friends. What? Oh, and he said he wants to take you shoe shopping in Beverly Hills tomorrow. Ryan. Oh, money is no object. You said it. Okay, let's get our backlight up. We're going to use rear projection as our effect. So let's take him up. You can press this right here. You can bring him halfway up. Go right to it. That is good. That is good. Okay. Ryan, welcome to space, Ryan. Yeah. Don't touch the wires. Just get your shoulders back, though. All the way. Like all the way up. So chin up. Yeah. All the way up. Almost there, right? Yes! Yes! You look very natural up there. So let's move him forward. You can press this square here and bring him right into this square here. Just drag him right into it. That is good. Now Ryan, wave at the screen. Ryan! Let's try that again. You can take him back into this first square, okay? You're doing great, Kim. Ryan, let me help you, okay? Just keep those shoulders back, just like you did, Ryan. Just like you did. You look amazing. Okay, now you can take him a little higher over here, so we can have a little fun. Yeah, sure, why not? When's the next time? That's a little too much fun. So let's bring him back to where he was, and then we'll try the shot again. That's good. Now, Ryan! Oh, she got carried away with you. Don't look at her. Okay. I think that we're going to stop everything, so just hold full stop. Hold it down. Don't let go. Ryan, you're coming down, okay? You're landing right here. Yeah, let me help you, okay? Welcome back. Give him a big round of applause, everybody. We're having a special guest. Ryan, come back. Kim, I have to take this away from you. You two need some, to talk. I'm going to send this to our booth. Got it. Stay right here. Ryan, keep your shoulders back. Shoulders back. Kim, come with me. I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness. Why don't you stay right here, okay? Ryan! believing everything you see is real.
I